how's everybody doing? Did everybody get some sleep last night? I did not. And for that, I apologize. There's a lot of cameras going right now. Oh, that's better. Now I just pretend that you're all just like, you know, hanging out. And not videoing this. Well, let's start with some questions, because I know we don't have a lot of time. I'm going to drag this chair up here so we can shut up. I'm just gonna say one thing. Not today. Voice, I don't got it. Not today. Tonight. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe tomorrow. Who's going to jailbreak tomorrow? Is that what's called, right? Jailbreak? Jailbreak, right? Not jailbait. That's a totally different bar. I'm glad that joke translates. Oh, my eyes. Yeah, I will be there tomorrow night. Looking forward to it. Not making any promises, though. I think I'm just going to hang out in the audience. I hear that.
That wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It's the first time.
It's always you. Hi, how are you?
Okay. Here's a voice.
See? I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
All right.
I was just wondering, other than Carry On My Wayward Son, what has been your favourite song in Supernatural? Because there's been some awesome ones.
I would say, and Jared and I actually both agree on this. One of my most favorite music cues was "Renegade" in was it Night Shifter? Night? Is that the name of the episode? It was one with the bank. And we came out in SWAT uniforms and.
You're so spooked.
Yeah, that was I really like that music cue. There's been some really good ones. They obviously don't do them as much anymore, just because we've used a lot of the ones that we really want, and the other ones that we want might be just too expensive. Because it costs a lot of money. I don't know if any of you know how much it costs to get a song, and when you're only using, 10 seconds of it, it costs, we're talking $20, $30, $100,000 just to use it that much. And that's how much you have to pay the artists for the. So it's a pricey thing. When you hear it, know that we're paying for it heavily. But yeah, I really like that one. And obviously, Carry On has become kind of the unofficial theme song to the show, which I think the band Kansas is very happy about. So, yeah, their record sales have gone up. Yeah, anyway, thank you. Hi.
Hi. So my question is also kind of from my dad, testing your southernness. Okay, what is your favorite food truck in Austin?
Oh gosh. I mean, I think the obvious one is Torchy's.
Yes.
But I will say that I haven't really been there long enough to, to have assessed all of them. There's one, and I don't even remember the name of it, because it was a little late at night when I had it, and it was on Rainy Street, and that one was really, really good. But yeah, they've got some good food trucks going in Austin, that's for sure.
Okay, and one other question. Other than Fireman's Core, what's your favorite real ale?
I don't know. I'm not a big real ale drinker.
Really?
I'm an IPA guy all the way. The bitter, the better.
Oh.
That's what I say. You all are like, what? We're just talking beer, no big deal. Beer man. Yeah, I'm an IPA guy. I could talk about IPAs all day, but real ale, I don't.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No?
To each his own.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. So if you were a bird, no, I'm just kidding.
An albatross.
No, my real question is if there's any like lore or mythology or like little hints and continuity that you know is in the show that the fans have picked up on that you were like surprised or impressed that we noticed.
I mean, I'm impressed of how well you guys track those little nods to certain things in the past, and sometimes you're telling me, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's. So there's, you know, when you're as close to it as I am, sometimes you forget to step back and look at it from a different perspective, and you miss some things like that sometimes, unless they're spelled out for you. But like somebody said yesterday, the fights, the mirrored the fights, the one that just happened, the one that happened last year with Cass and Dean, and yeah. So I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, I don't know, maybe they meant that to happen. So
Do you think that those interpretations add?
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's also you also got to think that this is at the end of the day we're making. This is going to sound silly, but we're making art. This is an art form that we're doing, and people are supposed to derive different things out of art, and they're supposed to be inspired differently. And the show might mean something to one person, but mean something completely different to another person. And so there's a lot of those. I think people look at it from different perspectives, which I think is phenomenal. I love that. But as far as like something, I mean, I'm always impressed. I can't think of one thing off the top of my head. I mean, that just the fight thing kind of jumps out because it was yesterday. But if I think of something, I'll mention it. But again, like I said, it's always impressive the details that you guys can pick up and the details that I can miss. You gonna fire that at me?
Yeah.
I was really hoping that would hit me in the face.
Me too, I'm sorry. I can try again later.
All right, we'll work on it. I'm so sorry, fella. Poor little guy. Face up. Hi.
Hi. So I don't have a question, but I just wanted to thank you from the heart for everything you do and sacrifice for us fans, and for your kindness, your love, and your support. You guys and this family helped me get through really hard times, and I'm not proud about this, but I used to cut myself, and you're the reason I stopped. So thank you for giving me the strength to keep fighting.
Well, thank you for continuing to fight. Thank you for sharing. I know that that's not easy, and again, thank you for fighting and not giving up. And that's what this is all about. Is this community, this family that we are supportive of one another, and because of you, we can do what we do, and that is the only reason why we can continue to do what we do, is because you guys hold us up and keep us going, and you fuel what we do. So if that then in turn inspires you, then it's a nice circle of truth and family and everything that's good and worth talking about and worth living for. So thank you. Hi.
Hi, Jensen. So if in theory Dean killed Sam because of Mark, and Sam came back, how they both would come through it? I mean, how would their relationship looks like?
Probably not good. If Dean killed Sam, and Sam came back and was like, dude, what was that? Yeah, Dean would have some explaining to do. But I think, you know, here's the thing. I think Sam would be wise enough to know that that's not really his brother. That is a tormented and irrational version of his brother. And I think that he would have to swallow that jagged pill and continue to try and fix his brother, even though he just came back from the dead. You know, but this is supernatural, and who knows what can happen. So, yeah, I don't think that it's. I think because of the situation Dean is in, it's tricky. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. My question's about Dean. So we've seen Dean go through a lot. He's died a lot of times, gone to heaven, hell, purgatory. What would you say is Dean's ideal ending?
I don't know that any ending is ideal, but I would say, in my opinion, it would be Dean either going down swinging, and with that said, you know, where's he going to go when he does die? You know, maybe he ends up like Bobby's heaven. You know, maybe he ends up in his own little perfect scenario, which I don't know if that's a strip club or what, but sitting at the edge of a bar. But I think eventually he's going to have to sacrifice himself. Either he sacrifices himself or he loses everything and everyone, and just goes off into the sunset, and we always wondered what happened. And I know that probably sounds unsettling and no closure to that, but for some reason I like the sound of those kind of, I wonder what happened. Because then, you know, who knows, maybe a movie 5 years down the road.
I know we all want that.
Yeah, thank you. Hi.
Hi. Back when Dean was a demon and he was going to the bar and hanging with Crowley, having drinks, basically doing whatever he wanted, except having pie. So I was wondering what was up with that, because Dean and pie is like...
Yeah, pie doesn't get you drunk.
No.
No, but it makes Dean, human Dean, very happy. And I think that Demon Dean didn't need, you know, demons and angels, they don't really need food, right? I mean, I don't think they require caloric intake to function. But alcohol, in a sense, I guess, you know, alcohol and women, it's like, you know, those kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Instincts?
Yeah, vices, I guess. But just kind of those, they kind of go along with that world and that dark, you know, in a dark place kind of thing. They lend itself to that. Pie doesn't really lend itself to darkness. Unless you just have way too much and you black out, which I've come close to while playing Dean and having to eat pie nonstop. It's just like at a certain point you're just like, I'm gonna lose it. So yeah, I think that's why.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi.
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 Hi. Okay, first of all, I want to tell you that you are my unusual heroes, because even without superpowers, you save my life every day and give me the strength to carry on. And I love you, so thank you.
Thank you. Love you.
Anyway, my question is, in the last episode, in the final episode of season 9, there is a moment in which Dean says to Sam, I'm proud of us. So I was wondering what makes you feel proud of your character?
Moments like that.
Okay.
Honestly, you know, getting to play a character that can be so tormented and so war-torn and so scarred and so jaded. The fact that he still fights for the good team, that's what makes me proud to play him. on a daily basis, year after year, is that, you know, he's an unlikely hero. And I think, in my opinion, those are the characters that I admire and I enjoy. So I think the fact that he finds a way to, he somehow can always get his compass to point to good, and to do the right thing, or at least try to do what he thinks is the right thing. And I think that that's a redeeming quality that I'm proud of in his character. So, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi.
Hi, Jensen. So my question is, what would season 10 Dean tell to season 9 Dean if he could go back before the exact moment when Dean got the mark?
Don't do it. That's an easy one. Yeah, I think he would say, look, this is not going to go the way you planned, and there's no coming back from this. And so I think that just that, it was you got to find another way. You just got to find another way. But, you know, hindsight's 20/20, and that ain't gonna happen. So now we got to deal with what this thing is. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hey. So I was wondering, as someone who's just getting into the industry, since you've been in it, what has been your most favorite, your least favorite makeup and practical effects experience?
Well, the special effects makeup is always a lot more time consuming, and can also be, you know, it's when you're used to going to the hair and makeup trailer every day, and you're in and out of there in, you know, 30 minutes or less. And then all of a sudden they're like, okay, in this episode you're gonna have gashes and cuts and, you know, scars and blood, and then you have to go from there into the special effects makeup trailer, and you sit there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And you can't move. It's you know, that gets pretty annoying after a while. And you know, the special effects makeup people are amazing. They're incredibly talented. They're incredibly artistic, and they're very cool people. And I enjoy them very, very much. The ones that work on our show. But I don't want to sit in that chair for 3 hours. So luckily there's a lot of stuff now with the technology that we have that the visual effects people can actually put in a lot of stuff that used to have to be done practically. And so that's good. As far as the practical special effects people, just our regular special effects, like, you know, explosions and anything that doesn't have to do with, you know, makeup. I always get a little nervous when there's high pressure gas on set, like big giant tanks, and I'm like, oh great, what's gonna come flying at me now? Our special effects department, sometimes they're a little overexcited about what's gonna happen.
But you get to blow things up.
What's that?
But they get to blow things up.
They do get to blow things up, but when it says in the script that Dean gets spattered with blood, and I walk on a set, and there's like 5 tanks, high-pressured system with like all connected into like this fireman's hose, and I'm like, what the hell is that? You know, and one of them's like, oh, it's for the blood that's gonna, you know, just spatter on you. I'm like, this is not a spattering. This is like, you're putting out a fire with this. And so we've kind of taken that responsibility away from them. And so now what happens, I'm not kidding, this happened one time. Full high pressured system with like a giant hose, and I was supposed to, it was like, I think I was chopping off a head or something, I don't know. Just another Tuesday. And you know, boom, the special effects department was supposed to hit the button, just like, boom. And it like, I almost took my eyebrows off. I mean, I looked like Carrie. It was so stupid, and I was so mad because now I'm gonna have to go and literally get in the shower, and then go back to regular hair, makeup, and go through and get a full change of wardrobe. I was so angry, so now what we do, I'm not kidding. Now Sabrina, our makeup artist, she dips like a small paintbrush into,
Flicks it at you?
and then just like flicks the bristles, and it's perfect.
That's what I do.
And we didn't need a $100,000 high pressure system to, you know, destroy my face. It's just a little. I'm like, perfect. Yeah, I'll tell you another good special effects one that was a little. Again, these guys get a little excited when they get to like blow shit up. I was having to burn bones, and I was in a crypt, a very small one, and took the lid off and salted it. Yeah, I forget what episode this was, because we burned so many bones. I was in this small room that they had built, and I put the lid off the casket. And there was the bones, and I salted, and then I did the gasoline, which is just water. And they have inside there, the special effects guys have this, I forget what they call it. It's some sort of it's like an accelerant. They have an accelerant. They have like a little pilot, which is like something that they just light and keep it in there. And then they also were actually spraying lighter fluid in there. So, and I see them, and they just keep like loading it up with more fluid and more gas. And I'm like, you know, all right, hey, they're the professionals. I don't know why I shouldn't trust them. So when I went to light the matches and I threw it in, there had been so much buildup of actual gas fumes from the accelerant and the fuel and the pilot and stuff, that it was a full explosion, and the microphone that was that's above my head, out of the shot, but you know, always right there, has like a foam covering over the thing. My head was here, the microphone was here. This is how bad it was. The entire bottom half of the microphone foam was cinched off. So it literally went. And luckily, I just got out of there as the flames like went sky high and burned the microphone. Otherwise, I would have been like hairless. And I looked over at our special effects, and I was like, guys. And they're like, oh, that was maybe a little too much. Is something wrong?
Hi.
Am I in trouble?
Hi, I'm Natasha from Moldavia, and I have a very special request for you.
I don't like where this is going.
Because I know that you're very talented in dancing, so I would like to see you dancing, please.
There's a smoke machine now?
Yes.
So, oh, I can't, oh, he's not gonna sing? Well, joke's on him. Dance, monkey dance. I feel like we're in the Old West, somebody's gonna start shooting the floor under my feet. Well, here's the problem. I don't dance. Oh.
So should I stay or should I go? All right, that's it. That's all. Sir. Sarah. All right, cut it out. Is there a physician in the house? Is this all he has? Is the shield? Hello? Is this the right? Does this go with this? What is this? Is this? I thought it was a C. It's America. What? What? Admiral? I'm kidding, I heard you said Haggle. That is very funny. You're gonna pay for that one. What's happening? What is that? What is it? The music from Captain America? Oh my gosh. And that was with my left hand. I feel like a total dipshit right now. And you look like one too, thank you. That's... Play some Skinner. Let's bring it back. All right, let's bring it back down. I'm so angry with you. What's your question?
Hi, Jensen.
Hi there.
I wanted to ask...
Can you dance? No.
I wanted to ask you, did you ever get a script and by reading thought, no, that's too cruel, I'm not gonna do that? Because there were so many moments when I thought, how can you do that to my favorite character?
Like, how could Dean do that to somebody?
No, the writers.
Oh, how the writers, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of times there's things I read there, I'm like, oh, wow, okay, we're going there. And then if I have a big problem with it, I will call and say, do we have to? And if there is a very logical explanation as to why this is going to happen because of something that is going to happen in the future, then I will acquiesce and I will say, okay, that's fine, let's do that. But it's got to be a pretty good reason sometimes. So otherwise, I will fight. And I don't fight very often. I mean, I can count on one finger how many times I've gone into the head writer's office and said, I have a real problem with this. Can you explain it to me? And he did, and I said, okay, I feel much better about it, thanks. And then I went into the actual writer who wrote what my issue was about, and I said, I want to understand it also from your perspective. And that was fine, and I was okay with it. And then that's really the only time that's everything else, I pretty much trust that they have a really good idea of what they're doing, where they're going, even though sometimes it might hurt. Sometimes we might lose a character, sometimes a character might get hurt in a way that, sure, like you said, it's all part of the story. So you just keep going with it.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Hi.
Hi. First of all, thank you so much for coming. I love you so much. My question...
Thank you. Even after what just happened up here?
Especially after what just
Of course.
My question is about the episode where Dean kills Kane. He goes alone for the purpose of killing him, but when he finally gets the chance, he sort of stops and kind of hesitates. Why do you think that is?
Why did he hesitate when, instead of just killing him? After he cut off his hand, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Because Dean at that point wanted to know if Kane was capable of stopping what he was doing, because Dean wanted to know that it was possible, which would give him hope that he could stop feeling what he was feeling. And because Kane said, "I will never stop," that was basically Dean realizing that he's not going to be able to fix this inside him, and now he's worried that he will never be able to stop. And that was that moment of, you know, please tell me that you can stop this. It's basically like, please tell me you can turn this off, because if you can turn it off, that means I can turn it off. And when he said that I couldn't turn it off, then that meant that Dean was like, great, now I guess that means that I'm not going to be able to do it either. And that was very, I mean, you see, I tried to anyway, I tried to portray that, where it kind of lands on Dean, which is why he, you know, he gets almost teary-eyed and upset, because now he has the realization that this isn't fixable. And that was what that moment was.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'll do a better job of acting next time. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Thank you very much. Hi.
Hi, Jensen. I was wondering what was your funniest prank that you pulled on Misha in the last season? I mean, there must be a remarkable one. I think
there's kind of a recurring one that I don't use it often, but I use it when it's needed. And it is always on his coverage, the camera's on him, and if there's you know, sometimes a lot of the scenes that Dean and Cass have, are, you know, they're fairly serious scenes, and it's, you know, and then we both have to go get like some sort of throat coating tea to fix up the damage we've just done to our vocal cords. But sometimes in those moments when they're really serious and it's on Misha, the camera's on Misha's face, sometimes I just like to, can you zoom in? Can you zoom in on the camera there? Yeah, there. So sometimes I just like to go like this. Just a little like, and he loses it. And to me, it's just so enjoyable to watch him. And sometimes he tries to fight it, like he'll get the, nope. Not this time, Jensen. Okay, you got me. You can't hold it together, and I love it. It's so, you know, Jared is like these big, like he'll be like kicking him in the shin while he's doing his coverage, and I'm a little bit more subtle than that. Works like a charm. So you can ask him about that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi. Oh, is that it?
Hi.
Oh, I got it. Okay, one last question, really quick. I'll answer it really quickly.
If Demon Dean, the one from the beginning of the season 10, was to meet Soulless Sam from season 6, how would you think it would turn out? Would they fight? Would they get along?
Soulless Sam was still a human without a soul. Demon Dean is a demon. And in the history of Supernatural has
a little more power than a human. Granted, Sam and Dean know ways to kill demons, and that's fine. But if it's just a mano-a-mano, then I would have to go with Demon Dean.
Okay.
Unless he gets whipped with the hair in the face, and then all bets are off. Guys, thank you very much. I apologize for the dancing.